This is the Bill Squire Show.
Still held in very high regard.
They're in one of the greatest rock and roll bands
Of all time. You'll put them of all time.
I think
I would.
they might be the last truly great. Well, no, maybe not because of the White Stripes. But I would say that they were the last great rock band. Well, no, because Nirvana. Yeah, I mean, in between the Smiths and Nirvana.
What are you saying?
I'm saying they are in the top 10 to 15 greatest rock bands of all time. And one of the last great rock bands of all time. Like, we're talking like dudes with guitars.
Okay. I don't know if I'd put them that high. I
They're
like them,
so
but
good.
So good. Very good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you put them top 15?
I would.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
absolutely.
Are they
I'd
better
put them
than the
top 15.
Monkees?
Yes.
I like this game. I
don't know if they are.
Who's
Anyway,
better than the Smiths?
Who's better than the Smiths? All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to this week's episode of the Bill Squire Show. I am your host, Bill Squire. We are in the new studios. We got the WMMS logos up as well as the Bill Squire Show. WMMS. And I'm here with Tommy LC. Sorry, I called you Tammy last week.
Yeah. My father-in-law thought that was kind of funny. He's like, really,
what
Bill?
the fuck?
Tam.
And AJ DeCosimo.
Hello, everybody.
And we are doing it in these new studios, getting used to it. We got the parking situation all taken care of tonight. I thought for a second you were going to be able to park on the street, but
Yeah.
you have to look closely at the signs.
You have to read the signs.
You have to read the signs.
The devil is in the details.
Yeah, and because you could have gotten
As they say.
A ticket?
a ticket or a
Or a
tow.
tow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They like the tow.
Oh,
They
fuck
like to
that.
get tow up. All right, the window is awesome.
It is.
I love it.
the lady.
I love the
yeah,
window.
these people that are walking by right now.
Mhm.
They're just
All
like, ooh, this
Yeah.
is what radio
Hi,
looks
guy
like.
on crutches.
Guy on crutches with a like 80s rocker mom
Yeah.
Yeah.
walking by.
She's very attractive.
She's very
Mhm.
attractive. Was she like? But she was like a little older.
Yeah.
But she can
that's
still
fine.
get it.
Yeah, I would ejaculate in her body.
Yeah. That's what I was wondering. I was like, hey, is this woman attractive enough for AJ to ejaculate in her body?
And that
I'm
would
glad
be a
she
yes.
was.
This
Yeah.
woman is very attractive as well.
There's
Right.
a lot of
There's
attractive people in
Right, but
Cleveland.
that's the thing. We don't have the camera yet on there, so we can't focus on it. Once we
Yeah.
get the camera focused on there,
And
then we
can.
can.
There might be like a legality problem too.
No, if they're walking by.
Yeah, but
They don't know we're recording.
Yeah, they don't know
in
we're
here.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's a good point. All right. So but they're in public. I don't know. Yeah.
No,
All right.
but because the camera's in here. If the
Yeah.
camera was out there, you'd have a different story.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And that's only for like security purposes. Like we
Right.
can't like use their likeness.
Mm-hmm.
So,
You're
like,
hot.
What?
I said, you're hot. Come on our show.
Yeah, come in here.
Now we can.
Come here.
We could eventually do that.
Let AJ ejaculate into your body on the air.
That one might get a little gray. That might be
Right.
a little bit of a gray area.
Eh.
Yeah.
So there's a few things I wanted to talk about from last week's episode.
There's a few things I want to talk about from last week's episode.
Last week, AJ said that, and Tommy,
Mhm.
both
Mhm.
were Team Cold Taco
Yeah.
Bell.
Yeah.
I still am.
And
I still am too.
I posted a clip, did several polls on different social medias, and it is overwhelmingly in favor of don't eat Cold Taco Bell.
More for me.
Yeah, that's fine. Do you know what the real problem here is? Is they don't have refined of
Yeah.
palates
Mhm.
as you and I. Is the
So you
real
think
problem.
your mouth is advanced enough to appreciate Cold Taco Bell and mine isn't?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, oh, yeah, yeah, for sure. I would say that.
Now, Tommy
A
came
wider
over.
range.
Tommy came over and swam, and I think your point, and I think you said this on the podcast too.
Sour cream.
Well,
cheese.
hers is just vegetables.
Oh,
So
yeah,
that-
you can't reheat vegetables. Cold vegetables.
Cold vegetables are fine though, because that's how vegetables are supposed to be eaten, pretty much.
Well,
Well, like room
lettuce.
temperature.
Who the fuck eats
No,
warm
no,
lettuce?
no. So I do the chalupas, and it has the beans,
Right.
guac. I get potatoes on it,
Hmm.
and then it's like the lettuce and tomato, and it's fine. Tastes great, actually.
I agree.
Yeah.
That sounds
All right.
delicious.
Mm-hmm.
I think Bill's wrong.
I just don't
Yeah.
think it's good cold. I just don't. It's not good.
No, I'm not like I.
You said it
ideally-
was. You said
just as good.
Just
I did
as
say
good.
I did say
and
just
that's
as good.
That's
I would
fucking
say.
stupid.
I would say just as good. It is just as good.
No, it's not.
It is
You were
absolutely
about to walk
just
it
as
back.
good.
You were about to walk it back. You're gonna walk it back.
You're right. I was gonna walk it back, but
And then-
now that
and
you
then-
won't allow me to,
Now that I was like
I'll stick
calling
to
you
my.
out.
I don't
yeah.
want.
I'll stick to my guns. That's fine. I'm not walking it back.
What do you eat again? I can't remember.
I'll
Hard
get
tacos.
Anything. He eats
Anything.
the whole
from Taco
kit
Bell.
So you don't have a
caboodle.
regular order.
He loves it all.
No, I don't have like a regular thing. I'll like go there and be like, yeah, I'm feeling this item.
Okay. I actually do like that because there's a lot of people.
Yeah.
They don't explore the menu enough.
No, and because their palates aren't as refined as mine.
Mm-hmm.
I would say my palate is a pretty good palate.
That's fine. I don't disagree with you, but I just think I didn't say it was a bad palate. I just said not as refined.
Right.
I think mine's.
Think yours is better?
It's more refined.
You think so?
I've been here longer. It has to be
You're
more
older.
refined.
You're
Yeah.
older. Yeah, it's got to be more refined. Yeah, you're older, but I don't know if age plays into the thing though. What's the weirdest thing you've ever? What's
What
wrong
happened?
with you, Tommy? What happened to Tommy?
You fall off the chair?
No, I just accidentally went lower. I was trying to get higher.
Tommy.
I'm too heavy.
Tommy, you fucking bitch! You derailed the goddamn show.
It's
So
all those
sorry.
gains you're getting.
The what?
The gains.
Gains.
Because you're working
bro.
out.
Yeah,
You're-
I
yeah.
am.
You're working out, huh? How's
The
that
butts
going?
the butt's looking great.
The
Yeah?
butt is looking great.
Is
You've been
it?
posting a lot of butt pics,
Yeah.
and they are good butt pics.
Man,
So
Thanks.
I'm a big softy for a butt. That's me.
I'm a big
butt
hardy
guy.
for a
Yeah,
butt.
I like butts.
yeah.
First burp in the studio.
Oh, I wish I had the camera on you though.
Tommy's burping in the studio.
Now we need a legit signal. Like
Mm-hmm.
you got to let me know. Oh, I got to move this thing.
I know.
All right, so much stuff going on here. Yeah, what the hell? That
Ooh.
What'd you do, you son of a
I don't know,
bitch?
but that turned off. I don't know
Oh,
if I like that. Okay, it's back on.
it looks like it can go
I just wanna-
out.
yes.
Around if you need it.
There we go. Okay, I just want to be able to see Tommy.
Hi.
There we go. Now I can see you.
Nice
now I
to
can
see
see
you.
when you're burping.
Uh-oh.
Spaghettios. It's pretty cool in here. I like it a lot.
It is. It's nice.
Yeah.
All right, so haven't got good feedback on the new studios.
Yeah.
and,
Yeah, absolutely.
People like it. They see like there was some clipping. Hopefully that won't be a problem this
Yeah.
week.
I'm adjusting.
I'm
I'm a little further from the mic.
a little
You were
further.
fine.
I brought things
I'm a
down
pro
a little
now.
bit,
Mm.
and I think we'll be all right as far as that goes. And now we have to talk about something very important.
Okay. What happened? The show's over.
No, the show's
He's gonna
not
Am I
cancel
over.
the
getting
show.
fired?
No.
Am I getting fired?
No. We're talking about Tony Pizza.
What is this? What's Tony Pizza? I'm unaware.
Oh, I
Okay,
love
so
the
I
internet.
will read to you what Tony Pizza is.
What the hell
It's
is
a
that?
Reddit.
Is
It's
that
a-
like
it's a Reddit-
It's a
is this
Reddit
like
post.
This is
this
from
like a
our relationship_advice.
Is this like a Pizzagate thing?
No,
Oh.
this is a good thing. This is a
Okay.
great thing. All right. So I, female 21, and my boyfriend, male 21, currently live together and have been together about 4 months. To explain why we are living together at the 4-month mark, we started out as roommates, but then started dating. I have to say, my boyfriend has never been good at pet names. Some early ones were Little Subster
No.
and Sour Meat. One of my nicknames for him in comparison is Little Bird. Anyway, about 2 weeks ago, he starts calling me Tony Pizza. This doesn't even make sense, and he uses it more often than my actual name. He is obsessed. It honestly bothers me that he can't even bother to find a somewhat nice nickname for me. I have had a couple of conversations with him about it, but he says he just can't think of anything better. What do I do? Is this going to become a bigger problem, or should I even address it? I hate being Tony Pizza.
I bet this Reddit thread blew up.
I love him. Oh yeah, it's
this
huge.
is so big. So I don't have the actual Reddit thread, but
Is this a woman or
this is a
Yeah,
woman. Yeah, this is
yeah.
a woman, and her boyfriend's calling her Tony Pizza.
That's so good.
It's a great name.
I love it.
Isn't it the best?
I think
Makes me think of Sopranos.
I don't think it's cute, but it's really
it's funny. It's funny,
Right.
which makes it cute.
I
I
think-
appreciate
yeah,
humor.
I think cute things or like funny things make it endearing and great
Yeah.
Yeah.
because he's never gonna have another Tony Pizza.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like-
Nobody else is Tony. You are the only one.
I don't like my girlfriend calls me babe and baby a lot, and I'd rather her call me something.
Tony Pizza?
Well, Tony Pizza is taken. I can't be Tony Pizza. There can only be one Tony Pizza.
Yeah, there's only one.
But
Tony
I like
Pizza.
a pet name that is more organic and more just unique.
Personal, yeah.
Yeah.
How about we give each other pet names today?
Okay.
Can we give each other pet names?
Does it have to be food related?
No, it
no,
could be
no.
anything.
Well, here's one.
Food's easy. I don't
The
know,
other
not good.
the other day, when Tommy came over swimming, it was me and OK Pants,
Okay.
and we were like, I told him like Thomas is on the way. He's like,
Aw.
oh, so
I've called you Thomas.
Yeah,
Right.
multiple people do.
But
I've
then
seen that.
today, I was listening to a playlist, and Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head was playing,
Okay.
and that is by the artist BJ Thomas.
Oh.
So maybe we can take all these different things and make a good.
suck dick on camera sometimes.
Ooh,
Do you wanna-
yes.
Do you want to
I'm
be?
BJ
Do
Thomas.
you want to be BJ Thomas, or I was gonna say he's BJ Thomas. I think you should be Thomas BJ.
Okay, I'm
Tommy
BJ.
BJ.
Tommy BJ.
Tommy BJ's.
That's like too.
That's too close to
Thomas.
Tommy
It's
L.
gotta be Thomas.
Yeah, it's gotta be Thomas.
Thomas.
Yeah.
All right.
I like
Is it Thomas BJ? Just
Thomas
like Tommy
BJ.
LC?
Thomas BJ.
Yeah.
See, Tommy BJ sounds better though.
Tommy BJ sounds better.
Tommy.
It does sound better.
Tommy
But-
Tommy
but-
Blowjays.
Well, let's keep working on it. We can keep workshopping.
Yeah,
we don't gotta settle on the first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thomas.
Tommy Blowjay Simpson.
Well, but we can also take the song title "Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head" and maybe work that in there, like Tommy Raindrops.
Tommy Raindrops.
Tommy Raindrops.
That's cute.
That
It
is
and
so
also
cute.
really gross. I've always said Tommy's like a sister to me, a sister that's really really hot.
Yeah. Thomas Raindrops.
Thomas Raindrops.
Thomas Raindrops.
Tommy Raindrops just sounds better. Though.
Yeah,
It's like
anything you say with Tommy
Like
blankety
I think we
blank.
can
I'm just Thomas.
settle on two.
Or,
Like it's Thomas singularly or Tommy Raindrops.
yeah.
Tommy Raindrops is awesome.
Tommy Raindrops is cute.
kinda
I like
sick.
that.
It's really cute, but it's also like and be like, oh, don't mess with Tommy Raindrops.
no. Mm-mm. Otherwise,
I love it.
otherwise a storm's coming.
Yeah.
Right.
All right.
Storms are brewing.
Right.
So I think we settled on Tommy Raindrops there.
Tommy
right.
Raindrops. Yeah.
AJ,
Okay.
where do we start with you?
I don't know.
We
You-
gotta
you guys got to figure that out.
we gotta figure that out.
I'm really bad at these things.
All right. Well, let's start
Well,
with.
so am I. But
let's
we
start
got
with some
Tommy
of the
Raindrops.
Let's start with some
Some
things
things-
that we know about AJ.
What do we know about
And-
AJ?
And we can go. Okay, he likes cold Taco Bell.
Okay.
Uh,
But I would no. That's not like a defining characteristic.
I'm just trying to get
okay.
the ball rolling.
Okay.
all
We're
right?
starting out at the
Yeah,
tip of the iceberg.
You like writing jokes.
I do like writing
You
jokes.
smoke?
I do smoke.
What kind of car do you have?
You would. What did you say about the woman going by? You'd put your semen in her. What do you?
Oh, I would ejaculate in her body.
Yeah, you ejaculate
Yeah.
in her body. Okay.
Yeah.
So, I think we're getting somewhere with this.
Mine's not gonna be as cute, is it? It's gonna be like pervy and gross.
We're not there yet.
What cute things? What cute facts are there about you?
He
Cute
was
facts about me.
here before Tommy today.
I was here before Tommy today.
Early AJ.
Yeah. Mrs.
You're never early. though.
Mrs. Tardy.
I was
over
not
here.
even late. I was
You guys were
early.
both early.
Right.
It was
Yeah.
great. Yeah, it was
Cute
fantastic.
things about. Okay, here's something
Tell us a
about me.
cute thing.
Here's something about me.
Mhm.
Okay,
Do you like to cuddle?
I do like to cuddle. Cuddling's delightful,
Go put cuddle in.
but I'd rather ejaculate in someone's body.
So cute.
Okay, so here's a thing.
Mhm.
I don't really tell a lot of people this. So far, the only people in comedy or comedy, Tommy, I would say you're in comedy. You're on this podcast.
Right.
Only Steve Mers knows this.
Okay.
I can't believe I'm going to say this. I think it's really funny when adults play peekaboo. I always did.
With each other?
And then no, just like with the baby.
Oh yeah, of course it's cute. I thought you were talking about like adults playing and like being into it and like
Like, this
being
is
like
really
legit.
creepy, not cute at all.
because when I like grew up, I never kind of I never really got like stopped getting a kick out of it. And then I found out I was like watching like late night shows. Ricky Gervais has the same thing, so I didn't feel alone.
No.
All right.
So
that's
I
a
was just
thing.
no,
How about this then?
it's a thing like with object permanence. Like okay, so like you're gonna do it. I'm just gonna start giggling.
All right, give him a peekaboo.
Do I give you a peekaboo?
Yeah, give me a
or he-
peekaboo. Give me a
No, I
peekaboo.
can't.
Bill, give me a peek.
Peekaboo. I'm not very cute though.
It's like she's not there, and then she is.
But I am here.
Can we just call you?
What did you smoke on the way?
Can your pet name just be Peekaboo?
You can call me Peekaboo.
You're just Peekaboo. I love it. That's a good
AJ.
name. That would be good.
Not even AJ, just Peekaboo.
Peekaboo.
Just Peekaboo.
Yeah,
No,
that's your
dude,
pet
because
name.
it's just like she goes away.
Yeah.
Peekaboo.
We can call you Peeky.
So like I'm gonna like do like a John Madden breakdown of what's happening. So like put the camera on Tommy. So like she's gone. Like where the fuck is Tommy? Like I don't know where she is. And then she's there. She's there. It's like where the fuck?
It's
did you
magic.
Go?
It's absolute.
She like disappears and then she comes back and then goes away again.
Blows my mind.
All
It's
right,
insane.
Peekaboo. That's your pet name.
Peekaboo. All right, we go with Peekaboo.
All right. Now it's my turn.
What do we know about Bill? Oh, I got one for him. It's easy.
What?
Gazebo.
That's.
No.
I mean, I feel like that's a good jumping off point.
Gazebo.
I don't think we have to make it that. I think we need a little more.
A little more nuance.
Yeah, a little more nuance
More
to it. I think
gazebo fingers. No.
fingers.
No. Okay, so what do we know about Bill?
A lot.
We know a lot about Bill. He bears himself every day from what is it, 2 to 6?
2 to 6:30 on 100.7 WMMS, the Buzzard, which you can see behind Tommy and AJ. That's the Buzzard.
The Buzzard, the legendary.
You got
Buzzard.
a poodle.
You got a poodle.
She's
Whoopsie.
cute.
Golden Doodle. She's not.
Oh,
here.
Golden Doodle. Sorry,
Yeah,
I
Tommy.
knew that. I knew that.
All right. He's a comedian. Did you know that?
I did know that.
He's been doing comedy. How long have you been doing comedy for?
18 years.
18 years. Wow.
Well, over 18 years.
Over
actually,
18
yeah.
years.
I'm
He was
headlining Go Bananas this weekend in
so
Cincinnati.
you're legal. Ooh.
Yeah, my jokes can vote. Some of them.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
You won't go to jail if you fuck his jokes.
Well, if you fuck my career, some of my jokes are newer.
Oh, okay, that's true.
Some of my jokes I've written within the past 5 years. Believe it
there
or
we go.
not.
He's
He
an
likes
ex-Mormon.
shoes.
He's an
Nike.
ex-Mormon.
Nike.
I love shoes.
Nike.
Like
I feel
Jordans.
like. Okay.
Like
Okay.
Jordans and Nike. Jordans are Nike, but
Magic,
I don't know. If,
magic underpants shoes.
we're both
That's a
not
little-
good in this.
That's
I
a
don't
little
know.
clunky.
It is a little clunky.
Sneaker something.
Sneaker something.
Or
Sneaker.
footsie something.
Yeah, footsie.
Footsie just sounds like a foot.
Funny footsies.
I can't, the worst
you're-
one.
No,
That's the worst one.
No, I think that's cute.
Funny footsie.
Your funny
Funny
giggle could be
footsies.
in there.
Giggle footsies.
Why are we all so
What was?
cute?
Wait, I already forgot. What was Tommy's?
Tommy's. What?
Tommy Raindrop.
Yeah, Tommy
Raindrops.
Tommy Raindrops. Yeah,
Tommy Raindrops. I'm Peekaboo.
Peekaboo.
Fuck,
And
this is hard.
and-
Sneakers.
And
funny footsies.
and no giggle shoes.
Giggle shoes.
Giggle shoes. We're settling on giggle shoes.
Giggle Jordan.
no,
no,
I think
giggle.
Jordan giggles.
Giggle
like
kicks.
Jordans.
No, giggle feet.
Giggle kicks?
Giggle
kicks.
Giggle kicks.
I
Giggle
like
kicks.
it. Your
Yeah.
Giggle kicks.
Yeah, giggle kicks.
It's hard to say
Yeah,
though.
giggle
Giggle
kicks.
kicks.
Giggle
Shit,
kicks.
I
You're
said
right.
kids.
Yeah,
Giggle
all right.
kicks.
That means it's not good.
Yeah.
It can't be hard
No,
to say. It's
giggle
gotta be
kicks.
cute to say.
Giggle
Giggle
kicks.
kick.
Giggle
Giggle
kicks.
kick.
Giggle kicks.
I can say it okay.
Giggle kicks.
Well, you're the radio man.
Yeah.
But I also
we got
You
it.
have perfect
Okay,
diction.
Giggle kicks. No, I do
You-
not.
Giggle
I
kicks.
stumble over my words so much.
You
but-
Midwestern charming man.
Giggle kicks.
all right?
Giggle kicks.
Yeah.
I'm liking giggle kicks.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right. Well, okay. So we got giggle kicks.
Mhm.
We got Tommy Raindrops, which is the best one.
You think so?
I think so.
I like giggle kicks the best.
Tommy Raindrops is real good. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then
Peekaboo.
Peekaboo.
Bill, give me one. Give me a peekaboo.
You want a peekaboo?
Give me a
All right, all right, hold on, it's hard to do. I gotta put myself on camera here. All right, ready?
Yeah.
As an adult, doing peekaboo
It's
to another
creepy as fuck. I
doing
hate it.
peekaboo to another adult is top 5 most uncomfortable I've been in my entire life.
I don't want to make you
Yeah, what does it
uncomfortable.
mean about
No, I'm
you,
gonna do
AJ?
it. I'm gonna do it. But I'm,
He's gonna do it.
you know what it is? It's the impending eye contact.
It's coming.
All right, ready?
It's coming. Yeah, I'm ready.
Peekaboo.
There he is.
Oh, I hated that.
I don't
That was
like
so
it.
much fun.
But
It's bad enough.
but it makes
Hey,
you
was it-
happy, so it makes me
yeah.
happy.
Was it good for you guys?
It makes me giggle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Peekaboo.
Peekaboo.
It was so nice seeing Munch, dude.
Oh, he's the best. He's the
Yeah.
best. And he's so nice. He does have me blocked on Twitter.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, but it wasn't anything I said to him. I was just in a thread of people that were being douches, and he blocked them.
Oh,
and
did you
so-
confront him about it?
No, I've never said anything.
Oh, okay.
But I would like to be unblocked, but I'm not. It's not that big a deal.
Yeah.
I wasn't offended. I knew he was just
Right.
like going through blocking people that were being douches, and I was actually defending him, but he just got a little block crazy.
Oh, okay.
That's all right. All right. Speaking of people being douches,
Well, no, don't say speaking of people being douches.
no,
Munch is
I wasn't saying he was being
Oh,
a douche. I was saying
okay.
people were being a douche to
okay.
him.
Oh,
He blocked people.
okay.
All right. That we should clarify
Yeah,
that.
I just wanted
Clear.
to clarify.
Oh, peekaboo.
Yeah. He's the nicest man
He
that's
is, yeah.
probably has ever lived.
Do you know Munch?
No.
Mark Munch Bishop.
No.
I interned.
He's
It
a
was the
sports
first
guy in Cleveland.
Mm.
Yeah,
Okay.
but he wasn't just a
That's why I don't
sports
know
guy.
him.
He was originally on MMS, I think.
Yeah, but he did
Yeah.
sports on MMA.
Yeah, he's just a legendary broadcaster.
He's
in
great.
Cleveland.
He's great. All right.
Maybe if I heard the voice.
Maybe.
Yeah, you probably heard him do some updates.
Mm.
Oh, now we're talking about voices. Should we talk about the other person's voice that we were talking about earlier?
No.
Okay.
No.
Now you guys have to guess if it's you.
No.
Just all right. We won't
No, she has a lovely voice.
say but she says one thing weird.
Right.
Tommy, can you do an impression of her saying it,
No.
please?
No. He says no. I don't want to be the mean person.
Tommy
and
raindrops.
and for one, I'm not good at them.
Bro,
Two, no.
If you don't like it, we'll cut it out.
No, that's not what it is. What it is
No,
you
but-
said that she's insecure about it, and I don't want to hurt
Oh,
her
okay.
feelings.
Yeah,
on it.
I don't know. Well, that's the impression I got. Not that she's insecure, but
If it was like if she was fine with it, I
Yeah.
would totally
This-
do
this
it.
is-
I'll
this-
do it off the cam. But I get mad. I get mad.
and she's
when
she's like the sweetest person ever.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, that was great radio. We're just
Yeah,
talking
I'm so sorry.
we're telling inside jokes.
about people that do the weather.
Oh, no.
No,
What?
she's
Oh,
sweet.
she is sweet. I know. I'm just teasing. Just joking.
Yeah.
We never said their name. We don't. There's
No.
more than one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there is more than one.
Mhm.
You never know.
But
There's only one that says it weird. Sorry. I'm an ass. All right.
I'm not gonna make fun of her anytime. Now that you
Now
told
you're
me
gonna
that.
love her. See?
Yeah. I mean, I'm glad to know.
See?
Yeah.
See what bullying can do?
no, it's not.
It's not bullying. It's just.
I know. I'm
it's
the
fun.
bully.
Okay. Yeah.
And now you've changed your opinion on her.
She's so funny and nice.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and
She sounds like a
make fun of her.
old lady.
Hey, Jake, you
I
move
always
a
thought it
little
was
bit
an
this
old
way.
lady.
This way here.
The other way.
This way.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, there we go.
You're just cutting your face off with the
Is that better?
little pop filter there. Yeah.
Is that
that's
better?
good.
Right here?
That's good. Yeah, it's great.
Look at that.
All right. But the point was, I was saying, speaking of douches, I've got some videos that are stand-up clips that have been doing
Okay.
big numbers
Good.
on YouTube lately. And
You getting bullies?
no, I don't think of them as bullies. I think of them as just people that, they want to say what they want to say, but I think they're really weird comments to do.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're making huge leaps. So these are people that, in one case, he is comparing my story about my son Jace coming out to this joke I have about the age of accountability for Mormon baptism.
Okay.
So
Wait.
How-
What?
How's
What's
he-
the joke?
the joke, so I talk about how Mormons, I go, people don't think Mormons are Christians, and I'll get to that in a little bit. But they are, and they do baptism just like they do other things that Christians do, like baptism. And I go,
Right.
when do Catholics do baptism? And someone yells out, when they're babies. I'm like, yeah, you get the baby's hell a bit wet, that baby's good to go. And then I do some other jokes. The old version that I didn't put on my album Bam Bam was to be like, then if something terrible happens and that baby ends up in heaven,
Mm.
Jesus is like, hey, baby, is your head a little bit wet? No.
See ya.
Yeah, beat it. What's that? A Chinese baby? Get that out of here. You know that one was not baptized.
Yeah.
But they're only seeing like a 60-second clip about Mormons. Just go, oh, Mormons, they say, oh, you don't baptize babies. Babies are innocent. You have to wait for the age of accountability. And they decided the age of accountability is 8 years old. Because obviously by the time you're 8 years old,
you can make
you know
decisions.
enough about the world to
Right.
choose the eternal destination of your immortal soul.
At 8.
Your immortal soul.
What were you doing when you were 8?
Playing Pokemon.
I was shoving things in places.
Now you got to move a little bit this way.
This way?
Yeah.
Sorry.
What were you shoving in what places?
I don't want to talk about it.
All
The
right.
Age of accountability with the Mormons.
Were you playing peekaboo with yourself? Little object
What
permanence.
was going where?
Uh-oh, something disappeared. Now it's here. Now it's not.
And then I give examples of, so I say like, your own body just started trusting you with teeth, but go ahead, get baptized. And there's other stuff that goes into it. I give other examples of my interpretation of age of accountability, where I say, 8 years old, that's when you're allowed to choose to be baptized in the Mormon church. And then I give other examples like 16, you can drive a car because you're old. You can be accountable for and responsible enough to drive the car. 21, you can drink. 18, you can join the army, that kind of stuff. And that's the kind of way I was looking at it. So one person replies and says, you'll give a shit to the... Also, this is how it's written. You'll give a shit to the Mormons, but not people saying that children as young as 5 should have the ability to transition and get on hormone blockers. So that's what they're comparing my joke about my son transitioning, but they're jumping all over the place on this because the story about my son is that when he was in his teenage years, 12, 13 years old, so preteen, teen, he came out to me as transgender. And then over the years, he transitioned, and now he's 20, and he lives his life in his, confirmed gender, or affirmed gender?
Affirmed.
Yeah. Which is male.
Mm-hmm.
But I say in the joke, I met him, because he's my stepson, when he was 4 years old.
That would be surgery, I think. I don't think I was right.
Oh.
I think affirmed.
Well, he did get top surgery when he was 18.
Oh, okay.
So,
right.
but he, it was a whole process. And in the joke, I'm not talking about the whole process that he went through. I'm trying to get to a punchline.
Right.
And these people skip all over the place and pick out the stuff that triggers them and make it into that. So, I say when I met him, he was 4 years old, and he'd walk around the house without a shirt on saying, "What's up, everybody? My name's James. I'm a dude." And I go, so yeah, I'm not mad at you for telling me this. I was waiting on you.
Right.
Because I knew since the moment I met you.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just saying, I'm being cheeky and showing support. I didn't meet him at 4 years old and go, "You're a boy."
Right.
Yeah, I can tell.
Right,
one
you're
day,
not the one.
I'm not the one. No,
You're
I'm
not the
just,
one
I'm making a
pushing that
silly
on them.
observation.
Yeah.
Right. And so this guy thinks that because of that, he's jumping to the point where saying, "Oh, well, people put their kids on hormone blockers at 4 or 5 years old." And I'm like, I think that's like I've heard of that one instance where someone said that, but I've never actually.
You have to go through like therapy and stuff
Right, and
to even be able to at that age. No,
we went through. So, and that's what they don't acknowledge is how much therapy my son had to go through to get to a point where he was even allowed to take anything.
Yeah.
It was 2 years before he got a single type of like hormone blocker, whatever they were.
Mm-hmm.
2 years.
Were you in these therapy sessions with him?
I was in some of them. Some of them were one-on-one, and some of them I was there for.
Well, yeah, I would say don't divulge
We got
too much.
We got wrapped up in a lot of my stuff. I would take him
Right.
over and be like, enough about him.
Right.
I'm trying to get my money's worth out of this. I want to learn some stuff about my stuff. Learn some stuff about myself. But no, he would. And here's the thing. He is a kid that if he does not want to do something, he is not going to do it.
Mm.
He never canceled an appointment. He never was late for an appointment. He was ready to go. And this is a kid that did not like talking to grownups and did not like going out of his comfort zone. And he pushed himself so far to get to the point, because what you realize is he wasn't pushing himself out of his comfort zone. He was actually heading towards it.
Right.
To be
exactly.
the person that he feels.
There's a reason why he didn't give up.
Right.
So, but I know this isn't really your story to tell, but
Right. I'm just the one monetizing it.
right.
I'm just trying to get rich off it, man.
Right.
I'm just trying to be the guy that everybody knows, like, hey,
I understand.
the trans people, I take care of them. I'll be the trans daddy.
Yeah,
Hey, that could be my pet name.
Trans daddy. Yes. It's
Please,
no
you
longer
are now
Giggle Kids.
trans daddy.
It's Trans Daddy.
I'm sure your
And
son
that-
will love that.
And that instantly became the best one.
yeah,
Yeah.
it did.
But so your son came out to you as trans at what age?
He was 12 years old.
He was 12 years old.
Yeah. Almost 13.
You and your wife's reaction was
We were very accepting of it.
okay. Was there any part of you that was just like, are you sure? Like,
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't like, let's get you transitioned
Right.
immediately. I was like,
I'm
I
just
was like,
asking because I'm
yeah.
never going to be a parent
Right.
ever, and this is like
That's great.
Yeah. Thank
Same.
you.
I think it's a great
I
decision.
agree. I
Yeah.
think it's a fantastic decision. I got there way before you guys did.
But think of all the peekaboo you're missing out on that.
You are missing out
I'm
on so
missing
much
out on a
fucking.
lot of
That's why
peekaboo.
you like it.
Yeah, that's why.
No,
Is because I want what I can't have.
and it's driving you mad.
And it's driving me mad.
Dismiss.
Right. Yes.
This is a great episode.
This is a
Yeah.
fantastic episode. So your son comes out to you at 12. Now,
Yeah.
your son was assigned female at birth.
Right.
Did your son up until that point dress and talk and act like a female?
So as he got more into puberty, he got more masculine and would start dressing more masculine.
Okay.
So when he was, middle school, but there would always be, he'd always have his favorite shirts, and his favorite shirts were always superhero stuff, which is just, something that kids enjoy. So we talk about him walking around with a mustache and the shirt off saying, "What's up, my name's James." Dude, that was just cute stuff that he did
Yeah.
when he was little. And we just thought it was funny. But then as he got older, it started going from like, oh, I like wearing superhero shirts to like, oh, I want to dress in superhero shirts all the time. And I remember my ex-wife being in a point where she was still trying to get him to dress a little more feminine. And I was just like, well, what if we just get him very neutral clothes? And she's like, that's actually a really good idea. So he started wearing like button downs and like flannels and stuff like that, which just, and then he grew his hair real long, but he kept it straight and he wore a lot of hats. And so he was presenting more masculine towards like 5th and 6th grade. And then at the end of 6th grade was when he told his sisters that he is a lesbian. And they told us that, and we talked to him about it, and we're like, okay. He's like, yeah, I'm attracted to girls, and that's, and I was like, okay. And then it was probably a few months later that he got his hair cut from that really long, straight hair to a more boy-like haircut. And the way he got that haircut is his mom dropped him off, and it was our friend that was cutting the hair. So it wasn't like, we're just leaving, he was 12 years old. She dropped him off. I picked him up. And when I picked him up, I just said, if you ever want to live a certain way, all you got to do is tell me. And he heard me, and he was just kind of like, okay, he just heard it. And then a week later, he sends me a text message. Well, I'm at an open mic. And I think I talked about it immediately. But I don't like just because like, oh, hey, that's like I thought I was proud because he felt.
Did he tell you first or
he
his
told
mom?
me first. He told me first of everyone, and that's the kind of relationship that we had over those years where I was, coming into his life and becoming that father figure, then becoming his dad.
Yeah.
And so he said, hey, you know how you said that thing after I got my haircut, and I said, you wanting to transition to be a boy? And he said, yeah. I'm like, okay, we'll make it happen. Can I tell your mom? And he said, yeah. Well, I said, do you want to tell your mom? He's like, I'll tell her. And so he told her, and he asked, he's like, you're not mad at me. And I said, no, I would never be mad at you for being, and I, in the joke I say, I've been waiting on you to ask. I said, no, I'd never be mad at you for being honest with me about who you are.
Right. Well, you didn't actually say I was waiting on you the whole time?
No, I didn't say I was waiting on you, asshole. No, I was just.
What if you were wrong when you were guessing, though?
Wrong about?
About.
No,
well, when he asked you, he said, do you remember what you said? And then you you said, you're wanting to transition. What if you were wrong?
Well, that's just
then I think then he would have said, no, not that. It's about having Kevin come over.
Right. No. I think that just means he's a really good dad.
Oh yeah. Oh no. 100%.
He was listening and he had like a paternal instinct.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's what that means.
So then we started the process, and I was always very supportive. His mom took the wheel, and like I would go to appointments and do that stuff, but she did a lot of the scheduling and I did some of it too. We worked really great together as parents. We weren't great as a relationship towards the end, but as parents we're rock solid. And so we worked with Jason, an endocrinologist and a therapist, and we go to group therapy and like sit with, and that's where the joke, like the second part of that joke is
we should do a group therapy session.
I think this is one right now. And like that's where the second part of that joke is. I'm kind of excited about him getting testosterone injections because he isn't like getting shots, and I kind of want to stab him a little bit. And like that crushed, like because it's like these families that are all going through it, and you see, and those were really interesting meetings to be a part of, because you see other people that are maybe having more trouble with it than, because I was fine with it. My mom or my ex-wife was fine with it. But you saw other people's moms and dads, like they were being supportive, but they had a lot more apprehension about it.
Yeah.
And that was the thing with Jace was
I'm going to be honest. I'm a little bummed that he didn't go with James.
Well, we named him.
Oh, you named?
We said, all right, you're gonna have a new name, but we're your parents, and parents picked when you're a baby.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So we named him, and the way we surprised him with his name was, I think it's for his 16th birthday.
This is really freaking cute.
Yeah.
This is adorable.
So there was
trans daddy for sure.
How
you should be the trans daddy of all.
Yeah, you're like trans daddy of the year.
Yeah.
I don't remember. It wasn't that long, but because we always called him Jay anyway. So I don't remember how long it was, but we officially changed his name on his birth certificate, and we presented that with him at one of his birthdays. I can't remember which year it was, but he opened. So I think he had his name before then. We went from Jay. We call him Jace, and that was the new name that we gave him. And he liked that. He got to pick his middle name. So I'm not going to say that because I don't want to put too much of his business out there.
Yeah.
Because you can find him if you have more information. But he goes, when we got the name change, my ex-wife filled a box of balloons, or like a box with balloons, and then at the bottom was his new birth certificate with his name on it.
Oh, that's
and he
sweet.
opened it, and it was the best moment watching him open that and just like burst into tears. Then we're all just crying. It was crazy.
That's awesome. Yeah. Was his friends there and stuff?
Yeah. Yeah,
That's cool.
And he's had a great support group. Like he's got great friends.
Who decided on Jace? Who picked that?
I don't remember exactly.
Oh, okay.
So probably her. Because if I could take credit, I'd be ready to. I'm the trans daddy.
Yeah, you're the trans daddy. That's right.
So
can we get jerseys?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll be Peekaboo, you're Tommy Raindrops, and Trans Daddy. The Bill Squire Show with the Trans Daddy. Tommy Raindrops and Peekaboo.
So when they go in this direction and they say things like, "Oh, you'll give shit to Mormons, but you won't." I haven't run into people putting a 4 or 5-year-old on hormone blockers.
Yeah,
and I don't think at that age you should be doing it.
I don't even.
But
think you can.
It's one of those things where they heard about someone doing it, or there's and that's what they always go to, because they might see a kid that's presenting more feminine or more male at a young age, and they just jump to these crazy conclusions, and then they always throw out like, "Oh well, there's a lot of people that transition and they want to kill themselves." I'm like, no, they want to kill themselves before they transition.
Right.
What they need is love and support no matter what they go through, because it's a difficult thing to go through. And a lot of people push them in all these directions because they're trying to put what they feel on them instead of trying to understand what they're going through. And empathy is the most important thing going through this, because I have never been through what Jace has been through, but I do know the times when I feel I'm in a place where I'm not accepted, or I'm not in the right place, and I know how terrible that feels. And so when I imagine what he's feeling, it's got to be a nightmare to be in that place. Yeah. So I get into that empathetic headspace, and it just puts me go, okay, I want to do what's I think is, and he transformed, because he was in a very dark place before he came out. He was going through some really difficult things, and I don't want to get too into it.
No, that's fine.
But it's just, he was in a dark place, and it helped him move to a place where he was much more confident and much more open, and just he had light behind his eyes again.
Did you ever at any point go like, "Am I doing the right thing?"
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You question it the whole time.
You obviously did do the right thing.
Yeah.
But like, did you and your wife and their mom go like, "Yeah, are we like fucking up, or should we like?"
But that's also why we were in therapy sessions too.
Right.
Like, I had questions. I didn't know everything to do. I just knew I wanted my child to be happy.
Right.
And so there was, a lot. It was just about love and support and care, and that's what it was about. And so I learned a lot.
Show.
Yeah.
That's what this show's about.
Yeah, it's
so
love and support and care. Yeah. So here's another one of those things. Oh, we talked all the way through. Let me
Bill Squire Show logo.
Oh my goodness!
I forgot to reset it. Boom! All right, we're back. All right. So there was another one, and then here's another guy saying, going back to more of the Mormon stuff, and this is where it is a weird thing, because I don't believe in Mormonism. I don't believe in Jesus Christ, but I do believe in addressing things as accurately as possible.
Okay.
So this guy says, when I'm talking about Mormon baptism, he says Mormons are not Christian, and their baptism is not I can't even say this word. Efficacious?
I don't know. I can't. If I read it, I
EFFICA. Come over and read it.
Is it a real word?
Efficacious. He's meaning that the baptism has no efficacy.
It's not like
efficacious.
Effective?
Efficacious. Yeah.
Are you efficacious?
Efficacious, yeah, that's what I thought. So he says Mormons are not Christian, and their baptism is not efficacious or has no efficacy. That being said, age of accountability does not mean you decide where you go. And I never said it means you decide where you go.
But what you're saying
is you're agreeing to a covenant with Jesus Christ when you get baptized.
Sounds like a bunch of fucking socialist gobbledygook.
Right.
If you ask
really
me.
does. I think.
Socialist?
No.
Yeah. Well, Jesus is pretty much a socialist.
Yeah, Jesus was a socialist.
But basically, what I'm saying is the covenant that you enter into when you get baptized is a decision that you're joining the church.
It's all fucking horse shit.
Yeah. Well, they're
Yes,
saying
me.
that's what they're saying though is that's when you become a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, which I'll get to that in a second. So, that being said, age of accountability does not mean you decide where you go. It simply means you have a grasp of right from wrong. Also, I think at 8 years old, you don't really have a grasp of right and wrong.
No.
I think you know like simple things.
I'm 33. I'm still a little hazy on it.
I think there's, and can therefore choose to do right by trusting in Jesus, who is the one who decides where you go. And then I replied, I guess I didn't have it all. But it said, it's called the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. So that they are Christians. So like, I don't believe in Christ. I don't believe in the Mormon Church. I don't believe in the Catholic Church.
But objectively, they're Christians.
But they are Christians. They believe that Jesus Christ died for your sins.
He's going to give you a planet.
So you get to go to heaven and eventually get a planet. They just have a much more elaborate plan than Catholics do. And then when it comes to the whole age of accountability thing, I wasn't saying the age of accountability isn't just knowing right from wrong in this scenario.
Right.
You're joining the church. When you get baptized at 8 years old in the Mormon Church, that's when you become a member of the church.
Yeah.
When you become a member of the church, that means you are
What
saying,
age?
I want to be in this church so that I can get to heaven. So I'm not explaining the whole thing.
What age are you when you're subjected to child abuse?
Oh,
in
that's
the Mormon Church.
I mean,
is there like that rite of passage? Like, is there like an age limit?
that's really
You got to be this
more,
tall to ride the ride.
More family decision.
It's more of a family decision
Because it also depends like what kind of child abuse you're talking about. So physical,
sexual.
There's not a ton of that.
Tommy's laughing. There's not a ton of that in the Mormon Church?
No.
I thought that there was. I thought there was sex abuse in the Mormon Church.
In a lot of the other sects, like the branched off ones, I mean, there's still some,
Yeah.
but it's not the way it is in like the Catholic Church, where they're moving guys around and stuff. They be molesting.
Yeah.
So,
They
be scheming.
They be fucking. Oh my goodness.
we got
Oh my goodness.
It's pretty
So
fun
think about
watching people
this.
like stop in to like look at us.
It is, yeah.
It's like,
I don't know if they
we,
can't-
we feel famous. A little
Yeah,
bit.
and we're not.
I will say, as much as I love this studio, I don't know how wise it was to put this right by the street. Like, we totally heard those motorcycles go by. There's no way the mics didn't pick those up.
I think that gives it a little ambiance.
Yeah, you get a little bit of ambiance.
But
background noise.
I honestly don't think I heard it, or I'm already used to
I
not
didn't
hearing
hear it,
things.
I
or
heard
like
it.
tuning it out. Maybe because you're closest.
Maybe.
Mhm. Maybe.
Maybe.
Daredevil.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, those are the things I wanted to talk about. And
Here's a little bit of a thought experiment
all right,
that I kind of want to just entertain for a second.
Okay.
get trans daddy with it.
Yeah. Okay. So these alt-right conspiracy theories are fucking insane,
Yeah.
Mhm.
right? But let's play a little game here. I thought about this the other day,
Okay.
and it kind of busted my fucking brain open here for a second. We have a guy like Alex Jones, right? He's talking about chemicals in the water making the frogs gay,
Putting chemicals in the water and making
Right.
the frogs gay.
and the royal family are reptilian lizard people,
Mhm.
right? And all these fucking crazy things. That dude also said that there was an island where the elites are molesting kids.
I mean, you throw enough shit at the wall. That's what Nostradamus, right? You're gonna get some right.
Yeah,
But also,
it
he was
also-
friends with some of those elites.
right,
So
right. But it just, if 99.9% of what that guy says is utter horseshit,
Mm-hmm.
it gives credence, and 1% of what he's saying is real. That's terrifying.
but he's also he cherry picks a lot of what he says. So he's got all this stuff, and then he spins things.
I was gonna say, is there truth to like the beginning of what he's saying? Like, is there any? I really don't listen to him other than the stuff that goes viral.
I remember 10, 12 years ago, somebody trying to get me to listen to a show.
Yeah.
I listened to it. I'm like, this is ridiculous. This reminds me of those fucking those old do you remember the Weekly World News? They used to be in like the supermarket.
Yeah.
Like it had like Bat Boy and like the black and white cover. That's what like Alex Jones is. It's like the silly thing. But you know, like we brought Pizzagate came up earlier. Like how far-fetched is that if these elites were going to this island? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm not saying I buy it. I'm just saying like what's harder to believe? And everything starts out as a conspiracy theory until it's proven right? Like MK Ultra. That happened.
It did. Yeah.
The Bay of Pigs.
I don't disagree with you.
The Bay of Pigs.
Now here's
happened.
Here's the thing that I think though. I think he is specifically using. I mean, he weaponizes conspiracy theories.
Oh, for sure.
To one, make money, and two, dilute the ones that could
be true.
Right.
And make you question everything.
Right.
Yeah.
Which I don't think it's bad to question everything, but I think it is also important to
not just make shit up.
To not make
fill
shit
in the
up
blanks.
to,
Right.
to
Fill in
sell
the blanks.
supplements. Yeah. Like
but
bullshit supplements.
I'm just like listening to these things, and then I started thinking about the 60s and 70s when someone would say, hey, the priest touched me. And then it became just like, what are you talking about? Yeah, you couldn't. How could that ever happen?
Right.
There's no way all of these priests all over the world are molesting these kids. That sounds like a crazy, insane conspiracy. But here we are. I don't know.
I mean, it does sound fucked up.
It sounds
Like,
fucked
it
up,
seems
but it
very
was real.
But it's
Yeah,
very real.
yeah.
It was real.
And it was deeper and darker than people even
imagine.
thought. Yeah.
Imagine. So like think
the
about
the amount of compliance that awareness that the Catholic Church had of the situation
just let it.
and just
let it go.
Perpetrated
Hit
it.
it.
And not only
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
slid it under the rug.
Yeah.
So what's crazy?
I
What's
Well,
crazy?
I think,
I
but
agree with you.
but I think there are people that do investigations on these things.
Right.
And I think there's ones that you can.
There's a difference between those Boston Globe journalists who
Right.
won Pulitzers for exposing
Right.
the abuse and what Alex Jones is doing.
Right.
Absolutely. But like I'm saying, it kind of made me think like,
Did you start watching what's it called? The Watchmen yet?
no,
The
I did not.
Watchmen HBO show.
Yeah.
So they explore a lot of these things where there are conspiracy theories that are true.
Yeah.
And then there's the sensationalized versions of those because people will take that and turn it into an agenda for their own gain, not to, and so I think you should watch that show and see how they unravel all that.
Wait, Watchmen or
Watchmen, the series on HBO.
like based on the
Yeah.
book?
Yeah.
So
Oh
it's-
yeah.
it's-
Okay. Yeah.
you did watch it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They canceled that. That fucking pisses me.
No,
off.
they
Yeah,
didn't cancel
no,
it.
he just didn't want to go.
He
any
only wanted to
further.
do
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, there was
And
like
I was
nothing
fine
else.
with that. I was fine with that.
It was so good though.
It was so good. But you saw how there's
Oh yeah.
different aspects of it that
Yeah.
are things that happen in the comic book, and then they said, okay, how would this unravel in the future 30 years later? And it's awesome.
Yeah, and then I don't know, like it just kind of had me thinking. I don't know what like set me off on that. I think like I was just like, man, I heard like some nutty conspiracy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's insane.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, well, what's insane about it?
Right.
Why is it insane? And then I was just like, I'm sure, like I said, 50 years ago, if you were you
said-
heard about it, just there's no way all these priests are doing this. MK Ultra?
MK Ultra was
What?
And how? I mean, we didn't find out truth out about those things till so much later.
Yeah.
But that's also why when people are talking about like the way we handle sexual assault right now,
Right.
we don't have a good system in place, and it's very difficult to have a good system in place because it's so much based on one person's experience versus the others.
Right.
So when Deshaun Watson saying, "Well, I didn't do anything wrong," he's lying to himself and saying that. But I think in his head, he's like,
He legitimately thinks he wasn't doing
he
anything
really
wrong.
doesn't think he's doing anything wrong.
Right.
And then these women are like, "No, you did do this." And then it's this he said, she said thing. But I think there's going to be a time in the future where you go, "Oh yeah, we have all this like it was happening. There's going to be a way that hopefully.
I disagree. I don't
Well,
think there's a way you can.
I
prove
mean,
it. and honestly,
not necessarily that case, but I think there's going to be more records showing how things are. Hey, what's up, kids? We're talking about.
yeah, we're talking about assault.
Yeah,
Catholic Church, fucking motherfuckers.
Stay out of churches, everybody.
Oh, they're partying.
Yeah, well, it's
They're out.
I imagine they were all at the
About.
Guardians game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's
I
over.
forgot about that.
Oh, it's bottom 6. Yeah, people got to get home. All right.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know what we can solve here, and I don't. We were going in a direction where I'm like, I don't know where.
Yeah.
how I'm gonna
No.
solve this,
It's
but
just kind of
yeah,
like,
it's a lot.
I mean, I'm sure that there are that some of these conspiracies that are completely absurd. I'm sure some of them are real.
Yeah.
And then we'll find out, and then we're gonna be like, "Holy shit,
Yeah.
we didn't listen,"
Mm-hmm.
or we're gonna be like,
Okay, here's what could happen. There could actually something could come out and exonerate Deshaun Watson.
yeah."
Mhm.
And then they go, oh, it really was a money grab the whole
Yeah.
time.
Mhm.
And then I would feel fucking terrible.
I wouldn't feel terrible. I was wrong,
Yeah.
and I'm not on a jury.
Well, I still feel terrible that like this guy got labeled as such,
Well,
and I've said some bad things.
Yeah,
about him.
you don't come
Yeah.
back from that.
So on to the Deshaun Watson thing.
Yeah.
Then when we'll wrap this up, because how long
Right.
are we going?
We're at about an hour right now.
Okay, so when it comes to the Deshaun Watson thing, I think he got 6 games.
Yeah.
I think that's far too little
Mm-hmm.
for what happened. I do.
I think they
agree-
should. What about this? Instead of 6 games, they just cut off one of his fingers on his throwing hand, just like a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit of his finger there.
Yeah.
A little bit of his fingy.
Yeah.
Mess up his his grip.
Then he's got to learn to throw the football again.
Left-handed.
No, I mean he can still. I'm not talking about like taking it all off, but I'm talking about like take a little bit of his ring finger off.
I think that falls under cruel and unusual punishment.
Yeah, I think so,
that's
too.
banned by the Constitution. Yeah.
Especially
by
if
the
it comes
government.
back.
Right.
We're talking about the NFL.
Yeah. I think Deshaun Watson and his legal team.
Okay,
would have
okay.
to
What if
do-
we did this? He has to wear a glove that makes one of his fingers a little longer.
Right.
So again, he still has to learn how to throw a football again. That's not as cruel. He's not getting
as
hurt,
cool.
So
but he still has to like figure that out.
I think this, when it comes to, I do think that Sue Robinson made the right decision. Even though I think it should have been more games, I don't fault her for what she did. I think this is more an
with
indictment.
with her reasoning. I agree with you actually.
This is an indictment on the National Football League and the way they handle their business, and less about what Deshaun Watson did. Because I think what was her quote? It was something like,
I do think her saying that it wasn't violent is the wrong terminology, because if you're coming on people without their consent, maybe it's not.
far be it from me.
It's not. That's violent still.
Far be it from me to tell a woman who probably experienced that stuff
Yeah.
all the time to get as far as she did in her life,
Right.
to try to define what is violent, and especially a
Right.
judge.
Okay.
Mhm.
So
Fair.
far be it from me to say that, but
Yeah.
this was very revealing to me, and this is a quote from her report.
Okay.
It is inherently unfair to identify conduct as prohibited only after the conduct has been committed. Just as it is inherently unjust to change the penalty for such conduct after the fact. There is no book. There is no book for how the NFL handles these
Yeah.
things.
Okay.
Mhm.
So so what is not the NFL's conduct policy? Tell me. There is none.
Don't gamble.
Right. The only
You hear that,
personal
Calvin Ridley?
yeah, the only personal conduct that they have is what they're making up as they go.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like all Sue Robinson has is precedent.
Yeah.
So it's just like, okay, Deflategate, the footballs. Tom Brady got suspended 2 games
Right.
for he said, she said. This is a way more
Well, this is-
insane version of he said, she said, and she gave him triple the suspension
Okay.
that Tom Brady got. I think he should.
And again, to me, like I think
I hope that doesn't make me come off.
no.
as weird. I'm not
I think
defending it.
you're not defending it. You're because I agree he should have got more games. But her explanation, she's very good at her job.
Yeah.
I think she did explain it well, but I think it should have been more games. But also, it's not about his punishment to me. It's about my fandom more than anything.
Yeah.
And I just say, and that's what I was talking about on the Alan Cox show today, was like, I just can't cheer for it anymore.
Yeah.
And someone called in, and I think this is hilarious. And he's like, I wouldn't care if anybody did anything like that unless it happened to my family. I'm like, well, that's the thing.
Right.
That's the problem. Yeah.
These people.
That's the problem.
These people are someone's family.
They are
Yes.
someone's family. And so I put myself in that position. And again, back to empathy, where I go, oh, if this were me, and I go that far. I put myself in the position, if I was a massage therapist and I was giving someone what I thought was a legitimate massage, and then they start wagging their genitals at me.
Wagging.
Yeah. He's kind of what he was doing.
Yeah.
That's what they were saying.
Then,
right?
then I'm going to go, oh, I'm not loving this, because I don't like to be manipulated in any way. And when it becomes a situation,
Manipulate me as much. I'm kidding.
yeah. But like, I mean, we've probably all been in situations where we have a bad feeling about somebody because it feels like they have an ulterior motive in what they're trying to sell us, whether it's a sales situation or they want to, I've had it a lot in stand up where I feel like they're trying to use me to get to another level or something like that.
Yeah.
And I don't like that feeling. And I think when it gets into a situation of there being the power dynamic of a strong male versus a weaker female, and then you add sex on top of that, it just feels
uncomfortable.
very uncomfortable. And it
yeah.
is manipulative, and it is predatory. And I don't like that feeling in the small times that I've even had to deal with that, where it's not even sexual. So I imagine if it was, it would be a really disturbing situation to be in.
Right. So I understand the ruling by Judge Sue Robinson. I'm mad at the team for having to put me through this, and obviously tons of other people who are victims of abuse to have to tune in on Sunday, or to have to actually tune away from the team that they grew up watching, because it's going to trigger it's going to trigger trauma. Like I said, man, I don't know. I'm still kind of undecided.
But again, and what I've said is, if somebody wants to continue to cheer, because there are a lot of other players, there's a lot of history that people have, I just can't do it.
I can.
And then this guy, he said, no one cares what you think. And there's actually so many people that have reached out to me and thanked me for taking the stand that I've taken, because it was such a triggering move for the Browns to do, where they had to, they're not vocal about it, but they're not going to cheer for the Browns anymore because they feel so betrayed and so minimalized over this.
I am going to say
situation.
I am going to say something that's kind of the quiet part out loud.
Yeah.
The thing that gives me reservations is, and like I said, I could be totally fucking wrong, and feel free to flat out tell me I'm wrong. I'm like open to hear. You know me. I'm pretty good at that. I'm open to be like, okay,
well,
maybe
and
I'm
that's
wrong.
that. I think we do that pretty well on this show.
There's to me,
except Tommy, she's never wrong.
Tommy Raindrops. To me, is there a plausible doubt that this didn't happen? Like, I read To Kill a Mockingbird.
Yeah.
That was literally about a black man being accused by a white woman of rape. I don't know. 26 women doesn't really make me...
And them all not knowing each other, but having almost the exact same story.
Right. And you can't also dismiss, I don't know necessarily the race or ethnicity of a lot of them, but I can't dismiss racism either out of this equation. I mean, that they're targeting a successful black man.
Well, here's the thing that I think there was the Houston Texans knew what was going on.
They supplied NDAs.
Yeah, NDAs and places for him to do it.
And what kind of massage are you getting if you have to give them an NDA?
Right.
I understand, which is why I'm just like, okay.
So that's why. And then when he says, I want to trade, they go, oh, do you?
Yeah.
So I think there is a little bit of like, we would have kept this under the rug if you would have stayed with the Texans.
I don't think it was up. I don't think
You
it was
don't
up. I don't think it was up to the team. I think these women came forward.
Well, I know one of the women, but I think there would have been a settlement. I don't think it would have been as big a deal if he had stayed with the Texans.
Right.
I think there would have been settlements and things like that.
To me,
I do know that the first woman went to Tony Busby before he ever requested the trade.
Right. There
So it was going to come out.
There is a very small part of me, and like I said, I could be totally wrong, and I'm open to hearing that. I'm open to the critique there. That's just like
maybe it was.
Maybe it's very, very remote.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very, very remote. But like you said, like maybe this gets turned out to be not a word about this guy before this stuff.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Not a single blemish.
Well,
on this guy, everyone loved him.
I've watched Rich Eisen talk about this a lot, and he is a guy that is very much looking at it in a very critical but like a very analytical way.
Yeah.
And this is a guy that I've sat down with, talked, huge fan of.
Rich
didn't want
Eisen's
these things to. He's so great, and he didn't want these things to be
I
true.
think he's the best in the world.
But then I agree. But then when Deshaun starts talking,
you can hear it.
There's something missing in the way he's talking about these things. There is some of the ways he's explained himself lead you to believe like, okay, there was something going on.
I think so too, which is why I'm just like, I think he's guilty of these things.
All right. Well, we've done a long show today.
Yeah.
So anyway, thank you guys for checking out the Bill Squire Show. I got a bunch of shows going on. If you want to come see me do stand-up live, go to billsquire.com. If you're listening to this Thursday when it comes out, I'm going to be at Go Bananas in Cincinnati all weekend. If you are in the area, please come out. If you know people in the area, tell them to come out. It's going to be a lot of fun. And then I'm headlining Hilarities August 11th. I'm headlining the Bop Stop for the 6th City Comedy Festival on August 13th. And then I am recording a comedy special at the Funny Stop September 2nd and 3rd. And you can get all those tickets at billsquire.com. AJ, anything?
Nothing out of me right now. I'm a little quiet. I'm a quiet boy.
And then Tommy at TommyLC on all the socials.
That's me.
And she's been getting butt gain, so subscribe.
Check the butt out.
Check out the butt and like and share. And we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
This is the Bill Squire Show.